Welcome, Coyote fans. This is Paul Ferris, and that's the back of my 2000 Mustang GT. I'm getting ready to do painting here shortly. I've been grinding out some of the loose scale of some of this undercarriage stuff. This stuff that wasn't really easy to get to. A lot of it when the rear end parts were in. So now that the rear end is out, I can have very clear access to it. And been doing that and some stuff on the top side of the car. Over here is the pile of stuff coming off the car. These are the stock control arms, lower and upper. The upper ones are pretty bad. And gonna sell those quad shocks on eBay probably. The subframe connectors that went in here were the ones that were the bolt-in kind. You can kind of see that Dan, DW Metalworks, had done this nice work here for my cross member, which I wanted to have bolt in. So he did that. Got that looking nice. And then, let's see if I can find that. There it is right there. So you can kind of see how it bolts up in there. Actually, it goes the other way. It goes upside down from there. It sinks way up in these notches. It's real nice. I can't easily do it with this rear end in the way, or drive shaft. So, and there's my panhard bar mount. So that's all good. And then of course the new pieces. This is the torque arm itself and the new adjustable lower control arms. So that's for the rear end. All that stuff's getting painted yellow. Everything that's on the car that doesn't move gets painted black. So I'm gonna have a little bit of black yellow stuff going on under the car. Let me go to the top side. This is the top side of the car, and I'm just taking some video of the stuff that's been done before I put everything back together and before the metal's been painted. So not a whole lot of prep here. I'm going to be spraying some stuff with some metal clean and etch, and then cleaning that up, and then coating it with Por-15 because there's hardly any scale or anything. Oh, and there will be some seam sealer. I got to buy some of the stuff like what you see in the seam there between the bottom of the door and the bottom of the frame channel. So I'll be putting a bunch of that in. But she's mostly done in terms of work. Let me get some video of these. This is how intrusive this Griggs kit, which is awesome. I'm seeing how this is like really, really strong. So essentially, this frame member sits in the frame channel, and you saw through that part and then weld it back when you're done, which Dan Wadersky did the welding. As much as I have been using a flux welder to make some brackets and stuff, this is way beyond my pay grade. He also sealed up this hole in the back here for me, which you could see from the underside briefly. So you can kind of get a feel for just how strong this is. This ties this frame piece here into the subframe, and you end up with, like in this case, like 4 times the frame that the car came with factory, tying the front and the back together. So let me get some video with the Rollbar in place, because I had Dan convert my weld-in Rollbar to a see it now. The Rollbar is bolted in. I just did this in about 2 minutes here, just by myself. He got these perches like perfect, and I'm gonna have to do some painting, obviously, and cleanup, but it's there. And it's just kind of nice. I'll be able to pull this thing out if I ever need to and do some work. But it's pretty much, I'm not kidding myself here, it's married to the car. There's not another one like it. And it's more about, maybe I might want to change some things around or work on the car, put a top in, who knows. And I want that thing in the way, I want to be able to pull it out. So we got that done. He did that by my request, and this is off the path of the way Griggs would recommend it installed. They our racing company, and I have no doubt that the best way to put that roll cage in there is to weld it in. I'm not doing a lot of track work, and I think probably if I took this to a track, they might complain about it being a bolt-in versus weld-in. I'm not concerned about that either. But you can see how intrusive a lot of this is. I'll cover a lot of it up when I'm all done, and you see it, and it's, and all the carpeting's back. Your only clue that something like this will be in the car will be A, the roll cage just sticking out at you, and B, there'll be a footwell intrusion there. That thing there, I'm just going to put carpeting around it and call it a day. The feet will be able to go around it, but I'm not putting the carpeting over those bars. So that's what I had done. And this was my plan all along, is to stiffen up the frame. Well, I think you can't do any better than Griggs. The stuff that they put out is top notch, and it just shows. It's just, you're in for, you're not. This isn't some trivial kit. This is something, you're gonna be in for some real work, and you can see that Dan did an incredibly good job. I think I would say somewhere around 18 to 20 hours of work because of all the modifications I had him do. But you can kind of see that this is what I wanted, and it fits with the vision I had. So we did put the top up just to make sure that the top goes up nicely, and it does. When I'm all done, this will be painted yellow, and I'm planning a GoPro mount in the center of this so that I'll be able to have a GoPro mount easily when I do any kind of work. So that'll be cool. And I've thought about it, but I haven't got any. That'd be a little more tricky. Would be to put some kind of sign across the back here, but we'll see. That's more work down the road. But anyways, you can kind of see it. The car's coming together, or back together after all the hacking and slashing and things. Rear end work that's getting done right now by Dustin Milbrandt is a set of Torsen rear end gears and 31 spline Moser axle pieces, and anything else it might need. It's probably in good shape. But just thought I'd share. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the web.